tell you, nowhere in the world is more important to get a high qualifying position than here on the windy, chicaney, challenging streets of Monaco. We're about to set the grid for tomorrow's race, but potentially for the end of the race too. So welcome along, everyone, to the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying.
Radio check, radio check. And that's P13.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Yeah, this one's going to be a Captain Scarlet race from the TV series and the Mr. Runs, Indestructible.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino that first opened in 1863. And of course, a certain road race first held in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of 19 corners, and don't expect to see much overtaking here today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Sonny Hayes completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, and Norris, Hakkinen, Hamilton, Antonelli, and Alex Albon, Webber, Hülkenberg, Lance Stroll, and Bortoleto, Aaron, Ocon, Jack Doohan, Pierce, Hadjar, Colapinto, Lawson, and Ollie Behrman rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves? Big excitement? What?
Always extra nerves at the start of the race, Gruffy. Probably at the start of the race, it's where your heart rate's at its highest in anticipation. And you've got to be in the right mindset. You've got to be thinking there inside the car, what can go right? How can I be opportunistic rather than what can go wrong? And how do I protect my position? Look forward and stay positive. It's easy to say, very hard to do when you're in that position.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 12.7 seconds. No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Okay, so gap to the leader, 5.5 seconds. Leclerc ahead. Okay, gap ahead, 2.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Piastri's behind you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, your pit window opens next lap, and that's 14 laps to go. Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. And gap to the car in front, 2.6 seconds. Let's go, come on! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Okay, one stop to go, just one stop left in this strategy. True place here, they've pitted as well, so we've got to warm up our tyres and get the most out of it. Come on. Mark's coming in for his stop. The car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre now. P3, you're currently in P3. Our gap to first place, 6.1 seconds. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Piastri's behind. They're on fresh mediums. You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens. Okay, 12 laps to go. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 1.6 seconds. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Gap to your teammate behind, 21.1 seconds. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap, box this lap. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Yellow flag. Green flag. Okay, let's go now, come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. P7, 7th place. Okay, gap to leader, 31.5 seconds. It's Hamilton ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 10.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Car behind you is Mark. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 0.3 seconds. Hamilton's ahead of you. Time last lap, 1 minute 15.0. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 10.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, Norris is in the pits. Mark is in the pit lane. Mark in the pits now. Good work, we're in P4. Distance to the leader, 18.8 seconds. It's Hamilton ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 8.1 seconds. Leclerc behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, just 5 laps until the end. That's Russell just ahead, push for the position. And the time last lap, 1:17.2. Okay, gap to the car in front, 10.3 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Second place, we're in second place. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, gap ahead, 11.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Leclerc is behind you. They're on fresh softs. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Come on, just 3 laps to go, 3 laps. Let's go, final lap. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 27.3 seconds. Okay, he's sat in P2. Russell's ahead of you now. And gap to the car in front, 12.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Leclerc behind. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Final lap, push, push. Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes!
And the best of British and the best on the track. It's George Russell who wins.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
From lights out to the checkered flag, this is what they're racing for. It's points and a trip to the podium. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Hey boss, what do you make of this?
Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they've finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.